Yeah, well, good afternoon, everybody. Well, we are not Schneider Electric. We are not qualifying to be a heavy industry, but we are a large supplier of technologies to heavy industry. And where we contribute is to supply technology for heavy industry to control its energy, and particularly its energy management. So I've got a few slides that will come, but what I would like to say is that I would like to testimony, to witness the progress or the movement which has been done by the industry to really improve its carbon footprint in the past years. Industry today represents more than 30% of energy consumption in the world. So it's the largest, together with the building, source of emission in the world. The reason today to save energy are very simple. Certainly reducing carbon emission, which is a point of action for everybody, but more and more it has just become economic. The simple fact of saving energy is one of the best productivities you can make in a process which by nature is very energy intensive. In certain countries, it can be also a problem of supply. Energy is scarce, utilities may be reluctant to give you all the megawatts that you need, and producing with less energy is just the necessary condition for operation. So take carbon emission, take P&L reasons, take just availability of energy, and there has been a massive move or massive awareness on the subject of energy consumption reduction. By the way, when we speak about electricity, the best way to generate green energy is to save energy, because when we consume 1 kilowatt hour, people don't realize that because of the losses on the network, in fact, it's 3 kilowatt hours which are burnt at the origin. Therefore, every time we save, it's a triple win, and we do far better than generating renewable energies. For instance, or green energies, we need the best way to generate green energy is to save energy. The good news is that technology has been moving fantastically in the past 5 to 10 years and has enabled great progresses in the field of energy conservation. And I would list at least 4 reasons or 4 changes, ruptures, which make now energy efficiency far easier than before. The first one is a commoditization on the fact that it is cheaper and simpler to communicate data. So you can bring data communication to very low points of your installation, which means that metering of energy is available and very pervasive. The second point is the convergence of automation and power. We at Schneider have changed electromechanical technologies into electronics technologies. And when we do that, we are able to embed intelligence, we are able to embed metering, we are able to embed measurement, control into the lowest point of control in an installation. The third point is that the softwares, as much as the communication, have standardized. Therefore, it's easier now to create clean interfaces between automation, between control of your processes, on your ERP, on your IT, your process. And when you do that, you create meaningful energy data, because energy data in itself is not very meaningful. But when you put it in perspective of your process, then you create a real tool for decision and a real tool for progress. You see how much energy you consume by ton extracted or by ton produced, and then you can start to make justified industrial decisions. The final big evolution is the emergence of the smart grid. The smart grid is making the grid intelligent, but let me tell you that there is no smart grid if there is no smart plants. The whole point of the smart grid is to make a better adequation between generation and consumption. And if you don't have smart plants, you are just unable to adapt the characteristics of consumption of your plant to the characteristics of generation. So those 4 points, I mean, cheap and simple intelligence everywhere, the convergence of power and automation, clean and simple interface with IT, therefore the capacity to produce meaningful data, and the connection to the smart grid are creating far more value for energy management in heavy industry than in the past. What are the benefits here? The benefits is that when you manage an industry today, energy data is coming in a very scattered, in a very complex form. But when you want to manage your energy, you need one repository. You need one cockpit of control. And you need to have every energy data in your factory. It's not only about process, it's about your building, it's about your data center, it's about all part of your industry so that you connect efficiently to the smart grid. All what I described before are enabling to build a simple plug-and-play architecture that enable to plug in one place all the energy data, put it on simple screens, and enable your experts to draw the necessary conclusions. It enables also the grid to connect with your plant, and therefore to draw substantial benefits. We see now today in many places of the world a market for load shedding taking place. So if you are able to reduce the consumption when there is a global peak of consumption, utilities are ready to pay a substantial amount of money. Therefore, you can really monetize the progress you've made. Just one thing also is that the whole story at the end of the day is also the convergence of your manufacturing execution system, which is the efficiency of your process, together with your energy data. And very often now, in many industries, the energy consumption is becoming a major element of your productivity, provided you can make a correlation between the two elements. And today what we are doing is converging into one system, the MES, together with the energy management information system. So as a conclusion, what would I say? I would say that if we want to progress, what we see today our customers do is they make their company energy efficient. They instrument everything. They use products which are energy savvy thanks to embedded intelligence. They use automation to be able to connect and aggregate data. They connect their smart facility to the smart grid to get superior benefits. They innovate in their processes because they now have the knowledge of their energy data, which was not possible before. And they push technology innovation to save energy, therefore to get productivity. What we need to do together, the biggest missing link in all this is knowledge. We speak about this, but all of those technologies are pretty new. So the biggest thing we are doing now is to train people. Here in Saudi Arabia, we just decided to have a partnership with Riyadh Kingdom University to train people to those new skills so that we are able to bring the necessary competences in front of the technology. And finally, these systems enable to measure you in real time your carbon footprint and be ready to a real-time carbon price market. What I just would like to really conclude with is to tell you that it's not things of the future. These are things which are existing today, and we see, or you see, on that slide that whatever we industrialists do, and we are pretty good at chasing productivity in our company, there is still a vast space to reduce the footprint, reduce the consumption, and find new tracks for innovation into energy consumption reduction. Thank you.
Thank you.